So obviously with the ETFs here, we're going to have to pay attention to how we close. Now over there to your left, on the left side of the screen, you'll see that we are bouncing right off of that target that we talked about this morning. However, we popped up, hit 571, pulled back in, moved through. I mean, you could not break out. So it hit 3 times. If you look at that retest, and then broke that floor, and then we filled that gap. Now that play by itself just wasn't an incredible, trade to the downside. However, there is further downside if we do continue moving down. That does not necessarily get a pass until it falls underneath that wall. And you'll notice that this was a box, right, that you ended up having to punch through. So you can utilize that as 565.33. Now, again, the same reason that I didn't swing. And if you did swing, I'm sure you probably got a decent little gain there. Probably 150, 200%. IWM was a little bit better. But this is probably the same reason that I'm not really looking at a swing necessarily. I mean, this candle is red after a major retest, and that could be worth speculating on. I'll say that again. This candle did retest, turn red, and that could be worth speculating on. Can you afford to speculate? So between now and the end of the day, the closer that we get to closing on top of that 567, the more likely it is that we could see some sort of move down. But again, my first target here is 565.50, and beyond that, this is a pretty fat range, right? So it would be 562, and then the floor 560, and then we got a nice juicy gap fill. So if you speculate on this rejection here tonight or today, and this maybe even falls a little bit further and goes to 565 end of day, that's where you could look at taking this down to 552.44. And that could be the speculative target. A speculative target, right? You still have these wicks right here, 558.77, and that 557 mark as well. But, again, this could be a building box. We could end up building in here. So I think this is really pretty interesting. The fact that we did wick up, we did hit the previous cost basis, and now we're looking down. That's could be consequence of a heavier market. SPY, this one basically repeated the same thing. We did open up in range, and we're going to end up closing in range. Big difference here is on the 24-hour, we are on the floor. So closing underneath that could lead us back down for the same retest that we've had before, which is 560 or 638, excuse me. Now you move down into this lower time frame, and the floor is obviously here. The range is obviously there, and that's where we would be looking for, tomorrow. Again, is there a signal here? Do we have a for sure signal? Not quite yet. I think today's rejection is definitely telling, but we're still maintaining even that small trend that we talked about as well. So I'm again willing to speculate, but not amazing. Now let me also talk about this, right? This is a retest of that floor, and this is the same for the Qs. Well, I wouldn't say the Q. It is. The Qs still have empty space up there. So where we rejected today, right? If this was to flip back up and move through this, then you would be looking at a target of 647. Nice job, Rogue. Is that Rogue? All right. So, but yeah, again, oh, dude, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. This isn't, spectacular in terms of, the only thing that I'm really impressed with is the major rejection. I mean, sellers really, really pushed us down today. So between now and something I forgot to do is tomorrow, Thursday, we do have ADP non-farm employment change. That's A15 unemployment claims. So perhaps a catalyst. ISM services services PMI, right? So again, there's some speculation here. Word. Hell yeah, man. Um, Now IWM, this one, same deal, right? Major rejection overhead, uh, off of the same level, right? The same level that we had tapped and sat underneath before at 235. We moved up and we did reject that. That does leave us inside of a box, right? Or a range similar to a lot of them. So if you are risk adverse, that I mean, this is honestly probably the one that might be worth a little bit more of the speculative trade because of the empty space down below, right? We would keep in mind that we punched through this box, so that would be levels that we would retest. But look at the overhead, right? That's where long happens. We got pulled underneath, so there is some room for speculation. But this floor of 231.25 does have to break. So if you guys are on TikTok, if you guys give me a minute of your screen tapping, I've been noticing some algorithmic changes. When you see rejections, pullbacks on AOK, PLTR, do you still hold contracts until the floor is lost? Well, AOK hit my target today, which was 65. And I was able to take profit. Now, let's say, and I do have a couple, but I have $70 as a target, right? But that's also something I'm totally willing to re-enter. With that rejection today, no. If my expiration is in tune with the chart and with the resistances that are above me, then no, that wouldn't be. If I feel, okay, and so this is where how I problem solve. Rather than feeling anxious, I just make a plan, right? Good life advice. Right here, right? If I know that there's a pullback retest coming, then I will find shorter expiration hedges to play that down, right? And if I'm right about that pullback and it happens fast, I typically will trim some of those puts off and see how it responds to this psychological 60-72 or whatever my plan is on whatever stock. So all right. Really quickly, I just wanted to talk, and I'm watching it. All right, I know Target hasn't been a friend of ours, but and there's no rush, I think, in taking it. Today's high is probably where we're going to be looking at continue or a move to the upside. I don't know if this week's contracts, are going to be the best move. Again, you have to look at the price on those, but there's a little hourly play there that could be interesting. I do still see have a bounce level of 91, and if we do not end up holding what we got and we fall, I would recommend. Well, I personally am setting on alert there. All right, so that is all three ETFs, and again, I'm giving you guys the target. If you've taken the workshop or you've been inside of the Discord, you know how this strategy works. You don't need signals. I just told you the targets above and below and the triggers in between them. Right now, obviously, there's no trigger at the moment, but we do have tension going into tomorrow. We could build a little bit more tomorrow morning, but there is empty space above and below. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave it to you guys. If you guys have anything you want me to take a look at, I'm going to go ahead and zoom through these. I am going to move fast. Okay, so just trying to, if you have any extra questions on that or chart or whatever that is, let's do that now. So, and I'm focused on 24-hour candles. Now, AVGO, that has earnings tonight. I know there's AVGX, right, Chad? Yeah, that's it. That's a cheaper version of AVGO. So if you don't want to play AVGO, that's the deal. Now, first of all, me not taking it, just not doing it.
The earnings are tomorrow.
Okay, my bad. So let's just again, let's go ahead and simplify, right? A lot of the times we can get really messy with analysis and signals everywhere, but the reality is we're in the range of 314 and 38 or 282. The floor has been tapped. We'll go ahead and call it 2 times. The resistance overhead really only once. You do have a lower high, right? Something along the lines of this. This is definitely a lower time frame channel that we're experiencing. And that's about it, right? That's literally it. Now to the downside, I mean, do we have empty space? No. Do we have this first red candle at 262? Yes. but the weekly is really what I would lean on. So when I'm looking at AVGO, I see 250, right? IWM is right here, man. If you look at my chart, you know what? Maybe again, I said I was going to start doing this, but when I give you guys targets, you know, if you're smart and you've used this strategy, this is, you know, I'm looking at basically empty space. So when you're looking for the end of that, or you look for the structure that it punched through, those are going to be my targets, and those are going to be contracts that you can potentially take. So, all right. AVGO docu earnings are also tomorrow. Weekly time frame doesn't really shout anything out to me. There is something that I do see right now that does give it a little twinkle in its eye, and that's the fact that you are holding that floor. That's showing that buyers are holding that going into earnings, and you are up against cost basis. And there is empty space directly up above you with a target of 84.61. So on the weekly, that's where my eyes gravitate towards. Now on the 24-hour, that all of a sudden becomes a box that you've already punched through. You have. And so we're at the old cost basis. So the reality is the first and most immediate target is going to be $80. If you can move through 81, I would assume 84.50 is a great target to the upside. All right. Downside, because this has earnings, is 66.40, and if this gets disgusting, 61. All right. Nokia. By the way, if you're new here, remember to type in the live trading chat that's above live trading that you're inside of right now. The request is the little chat bubble inside of it. That's just for request. Okay. Nokia. Oh my God. Gouge my eyes. Let's see here. Weekly. What are we looking for here? We're looking for Nokia up. Okay. All right. First things first, I look to my left, I see a floor, right? Major floor that's trying to be reclaimed. Not a lot of liquidity here, so this is going to be an issue, right? The only thing that becomes clear is the weekly, and that's where I would base the majority of my analysis on, is the weekly, because that's where it makes the most sense. That being said, the first and most immediate target is 457. That would need to be reclaimed to get any of this. So Scumville resident, you forgot to like my video. There you go, bud. I can't watch all that though. I'll do it later. My bad, dude. All right. Let's see here. That's a long ass video, son. All right, Rivian. What a great day, right? Obviously feeling really great about I'm sure a lot of people in here are feeling pretty good about this. Now, what's above and what's below? What is underneath you? 1434, right? Basically the 1445s, you can go to the 4-hour and kind of see that. That's likely where you're coming back down to right now. Now you look at where you rejected, what's above and what's below. Write that down on a fucking post-it note and put it on your computer. That is your daily mantra. So as of right now, all I can say, I mean, yes, you got a rejection at that overhead. It does have empty space underneath it. It could fall to that 1392, but that does not happen unless you lose 1438. And so that's where I think this is more closer to a potential retest, you know, and this is where you need to pay attention to what do I need to pay attention to here? How can I know? No, nobody. Anybody in the Discord? How do I know whether this has a higher potential, or what increases the potential of this bouncing on a 24-hour level? Damn, y'all got to get back to the Potterbox Workshop. Empty space, the way we fall. Do you reject it hard? Do you pull back fast to the floor that you've reclaimed? That will increase the probability of you potentially bouncing, i.e. MJ, right? MJ smoked the dog shit, and he said it first, right? We talked about, he asked me what I thought of Tesla, or something like that. I remember it happened fast. And it was falling fast, right? He was looking for the bounce. Boom, bada bing. That was one of the main reasons that we could come to the conclusion that there was a high likelihood that we were going to reverse. And so when I look at Rivian, I see pretty fast candles. I see pretty fast candles. I see pretty decent empty space for a 1475 retest. I see 3-minute empty space. Gotcha? Or got me? Not, I don't got you. But anyway, 2-minute EWO. All right. So, ASAN earnings play, 24-hour time frame. Is this a good earnings setup? It does have empty space. That's okay, right? That doesn't mean the trade's going to be good, but let's look at the weekly. The weekly shows that Asana is inside of this box. Not only is it inside of this box, it has also bounced off of this floor for the third time. And that is one of the main things that we like to look for a potential move to the upside. Right now, 24-hour time frame, what are we looking at? A different fucking story. We had a box, you retested, punched through that box. This is attention to detail. You're not wasting time by trying to narrate that story. And this is going to help you with identification. So I'm going to get rid of that fucking range, right? It's a weekly box, but inside of it, I can't rely on that for any sort of playmaking material. See it? Okay, so here's the deal. You are pulling yourself up at earnings. You did leave empty space. So if you can punch above 1486, I think the likelihood of you moving up into that empty space above you is strong. Now, how does Asana move? Earnings. Ha ha. Damn. Let's just have more earnings than everybody else. Holy shit. So, I mean, that move was okay. It was pretty good. Pretty juicy. Not okay. Good. Decent. Pretty damn good. So, I think in conclusion, right? Now, is this chart giving away any like tall tale sign? Yes, there are some like hit, but this very easily could end up moving back down to that box. So I would have hedges probably somewhere around the 1466, maybe even as far as 1175, but to the upside, 1684, and the median at 16. Okay. Oh, damn. Look at Fly, delisted. It's not going to fly. All right. NEO up. It reclaimed its 4-hour floor. I'm going to go ahead and just say don't rush this, okay? Because I would actually disagree with you, right? That is what needs to be reclaimed, and that is what is being retested. Now, I can go to the 2-hour, held a floor. I can still maintain that same principle there, 630. Now, there is empty space up there, right? So you're betting on the bounce. You're betting on the bounce. You have 3 bounces off of NEO's 609. That is now, I would without hesitation short that floor. And I don't like shorting floors. But we're in a box. You bounced. So now shit could get confusing. Let me take you on a little spiritual journey here. Look at this. Rough. Now I'm a dog. This could continue. I say wait for confirmation. Today could have just been a retest and you might be still heading down. That's my thoughts. AEO earnings. AEO! Sorry. Come here, dude. We're going to rely on AEO for this one, guys. All right, AEO has earnings tonight. I need you to give me a price target. Pick a line. I need a price target. Come here. Yeah, camera's on. From the waist. You're fine. Your mic is super quiet. Could I talk louder? Is my mic mad quiet? TikTok? Which one? This one or this one? You going up? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No. That's what we named you after. Yeah. No, it's good. Okay. Oh, you talking about that one? Oh, I'm you think this one goes higher? Okay. Affirmative. Thank you. All right, you heard it first from AO himself. He says it's green, it's going higher. All right. AI earnings looks like it wants to go. I cannot confirm that at the moment because of the loss of the floor today. Now, you could save face on earnings, right? And flip and reverse this. But it does have that potential. Um, the median maybe 1560, but I would start looking down in here as well. I see 1350 as a potential target floor. Okay, come back over here. So, I mean, you guess you've already hit that 15. So, yeah, basically, if you disregard the price action of today, if you can get over 1770, there's empty space up above you all the way to 2177. So, if it's cheap and you like it, I like it, you got horses or something. All right. Anyway, I thought it was an ASMR charting stream. It could be. All right. What else do we got? Keep dropping your requests and tapping your screen if you guys are on TikTok. PSKY. What?
Real quick question.
Huh?
Real quick question.
Rogo, ask me a question.
Real quick question about Neo. So I got out at I got out on the 15-minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think I should have stayed in? Because I'm not gonna lie, I looked at my chart again after you said that, and I had the bottom of my 4-hour box at the wicks
Where'd you get in?
at like 1629 around there. Oh no, around like 1626.
16. You mean 6?
6, sorry. I'm picking that up from you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, whatever. Um, so, so you got in at, you said 1626, right? Am I?
Yeah,
Okay.
around there.
I wouldn't have gotten out. I wouldn't have gotten out because I mean, if my
Really? Because
entry,
on the 15-minute, I saw a box and I'm like, all right, on the 15-minute, there's a box right here and empty space. If we go through this, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go into this empty space.
I
And I
mean,
was,
you still have, but in order to get to that empty space, you have to reclaim floors, and this is not. This has got to be the clearest floor. I mean, that's super clear. You do dip below it,
yeah.
but it's still valid in that. Now, are you wrong in like would I hedge or have already hedged? Probably. But because of the empty space and the retest of 640, but I also think that if you decided to get out because you saw a third bounce on the floor and you decided, well, now I know where it goes down and I know it's probably going to go up. That if that's your logic, then I don't blame you there. I think that's good risk management and just an understanding of price action. And also just knowing that you need that confirmation below that level, man. I mean, so don't beat yourself up about that. You know, would I have held it if it just tapped my entry? Yeah, but you know, premise wise, if it was because you got or because of that third bounce or whatever, you know, again, can you re-enter now knowing that that floor has already been pulled off of 3 times? I think so. But all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, oops, I forgot that one. PSKY leaps up. Leaps up. You want to leap. Would a weep? Whoa, princess. Sorry. Okay, so I can tell you with absolute certainty for me that the floor is 1680, and that's what is in need of a weekly candle close, monthly candle close, above that level. Right now, you're utilizing the space between where you broke out and where you rejected to build. So I don't really have any opinions other than you're likely, I mean, with the curl today, if you can tap out of 1537, I don't doubt that you will make that attempt. Yeah, get that guy out of here. Oh my God. Thank you guys for tapping to your screen. I appreciate it. All right, keep it moving here. We've got Sound Hound to the upside. Man, I'm not a genie in a bottle, but you could rub me the right. Never mind. But was this not? I mean, calm down, Sound Hound. Was this not exactly what the fuck we talked about? 1, 2, 3, having a you did get a good decent candle close today. They went out, let it rip a little bit further, and they pulled it back down. So one could actually be looking at Soundhound to the downside, right? So a lot of the times after a big dump, sellers go chasing, right? This is where they will average up, right? And they'll allow price to move up to where they previously controlled the price. But at the same time, you also have confirmation on where it does go up. You don't have to wonder where Soundhound goes up. That is about that is about as simple as it gets. Damn, Francis, you were sharing the shit out of the live. Where are you sharing this right now, dude? I don't know if you're look at this, dude. It's absolutely diabolical. That man shared the shit out of my life. He put it in a box truck. Sharing it with his shorties. Sweet. AI for puts. Oh, we went over that one. Did I answer your question then, Shirley? PLTR. Listen, I watched this one today and I am very curious on how this plays out. That being said, how we fell obviously is typically indicative of how we rise. This also follows, if I'm not mistaken as well, a pretty nice uptrend. And so that rejection off of the median there, you know, yes, you did get pulled back under, and I don't like that. And you do have empty space down to 150, 126, and that is basically going to lead you to your floor. And that's not my favorite thing. But the reason why this is so intriguing is because of how many times 152.66 has reversed or held back up, right? So with that being said, cautiously, it's above 155 that we could try again. My idea is, well, they're continuously shorting it, and if this wants to go down, it goes down, right? That's not my play. But if they keep doing this and they can't, let's just get back down to the basics, right? If sellers are trying to push price down and they cannot, which they need to now, we are maxed out consolidation wise. I mean, this is pretty consolidated for what we experience normally on PLTR. So if they cannot do their job, they leave. And when sellers leave, they buy. And when they buy, that squeezes other sellers out. And when they squeeze other sellers out, other sellers get squeezed. And that's where buyers come in. And that squeezes out more people. And that's how we get the move up in through that empty space. So keep your alerts ready. But I am obviously, after today's rejection, letting the trade come to me while it looks for its break. So, all right. DRWB core weave up. 24-hour time frame. Well, you went up, you retested, and you failed. So my thoughts at the moment are no, you are likely going to fall. I see a small level here. This channel that I've drawn, I cannot put any weight on. It should be more transparent. But you could look at 8526 and that channel to get tapped. But other than that, you know, Yeah, I think that would be somewhere in the 82.75s. But other than that, a return to sender at 64.22 could be possible. Vidwhacker, you hunting people down, dude? Uh, BRBR continuation. How'd you do today? Okay, so you held what you got. Green candle. My concern, the only concern, I think I may have expressed this morning. This does have, okay, so it does have the channel, and this is an optimistic from the floor. If sellers are still, pushing this down like this, that's not really favorable. And that's where, yes, that channel is purely speculative. So you can be sure that you do not want to lose 41.39. And typically when I'm in a position like this, I'd stick to that. Right. As I stick to like, okay, this is just where I get out, especially if I have a good expiration, because of fear and like drawing the channel that I just drew, like, oh, well, now it's better to just know exactly where this goes down. And I mean, today's low day would probably be just as good as of an exit. So, Apple to the upside. Apple today struggled with cost basis and built a box in between where it broke out. Typical. So, I mean, I think right? This is building. This is lower time frame. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you're taking bets, right, there is a potential move and a crack up to the upside, right? Just off that alone. But other than that, you're looking for Apple to and I'm not even sure what the fuck I have drawn there. Okay, so it was an old box, that's right. Yeah, I mean, that's when you hit a target and you start consolidating, you've established your floor and you're stuck in between the two, that's where you got to focus. So, holy mama, TikTok really wants me to watch your lives. I hyperfixated for one day. Damn, pushing you on your FYP. Uh, FYP creeping, dude. SMCI failure. So honestly, I mean, the fact that you went a little bit higher, and then I mean, we'll just go ahead and call that a retest. Lost that floor. That's big to me. 40. I say you're going down. 2 hour, let's see, 1 hour, let's see, 30 minute, let's see, how are you dumping? You're moving a little bit fast there. Calm down. Um, my thoughts are, if this gaps down, which honestly between now and the bell, I think you might be able to see how this responds to 39.60. Uh, but I do see that floor that I just gave you underneath you of 39.17, and maybe, and this is where the bigger play sets in, and where the higher time frame and longer expiration contract, adding a week or something, would be giving you the 37.60 target. And I mean, fuck, that's actually tempting as shit, isn't it? It's a lot of empty space in there. Hold on, let's do something. 24-hour. I just saw this and I want to just see what it looks like. Holy shit. Okay. Hmm. What do we think about that, chat? Across the board. Cost basis, resistance, floor. You know what? Well, here's what I can say. It is only 39.32. That has to break. You did leave a gap up, an empty space above you. This is one of those this is one of those situations, man. If you have a fucking plan, you shouldn't have FOMO, right? Be ready. Just be ready. Be ready. It has great potential down. It could have great potential up, right? I think the overhead rejections are plenty to go down, but because of the empty space left behind on that rejection, if we do not find continuation, I'm going to start setting my alerts here. So if we can bounce and create that range, then I will take part. I'm going to set alerts on this thing. See the empty space up there, trigger. Then you got a beautiful little box right here, trigger, that's the 45-45. And then, you know, again, in this situation where you have this much aggressive shorting, that's, you know, an opportunity for buyers to step in. So I'm going to set an alert on this floor here too as well. All right. Hold on one second. Baba down. John, it held today. If you're shorting this off of like the fact that it hit that 39.70, yeah, dude, I'm gonna just, you know, you guys know the deal with Chinese stocks. I say 133. If you do see a pullback, that would be a retest mark. But at the same time, again, you did hold. So, SBET, let's see here. What direction are you looking at taking this? So 4 hour breaks down, and all of a sudden you got a very wicky chart, which is where you got to rely on these type of price targets, which gives you 1375. The 24-hour time frame, I think, somewhat agrees with that. And then we have a floor that we've already lost here. So, I mean, as far as a candle close is concerned, you know, this isn't like the greatest stock. But yeah, I mean, today's low is the, you know, next signal down 1550 is 50% of that. Dollar Tree up. I guess I'll somebody post some gains at, what the hell? Let's see here, 24-hour. Okay, weekly. Okay. Oh, retest. What do you need to do? Okay, so between now and tomorrow, you need to go and reclaim 104. 24. Keep going down until it makes sense. Kind of reminds me of Starbucks a little bit. Okay, you got a good floor bounce there. Nice little 15-minute range. 5-minute range is probably going to disintegrate. It does. Okay, so here's what I see. I mean, there's definitely a potential 110 retest here through that earnings empty space and gap fill. Today's low 145. That is a solid low. So approaching that again, I think definitely gives you a break. But okay, so right now the Qs are retesting that very same floor that we tapped and lost for the third time. So either this is a rejection to go lower, and if you're looking at a swing speculative going into tomorrow, this could be a great place to potentially touch the 565s with that high, well, our high has a potential stop loss there. Again, that's up to you. I'm not saying 568.70. If we do continue any higher, it could be a second spot to speculate there. But I can say this, get rid of that channel. If by the end of the day we do end up back on 565.75, then I would just wait and not be antsy about it. But if you're trying to play it right now, that could be interesting. All right. It's 336 here. 1 second, guys. Damn. Those are fucking pricey, huh? These are definitely pricey. Oh my god, IWM, you look like hot dog water.
Yeah, they are.
IWM's lower time frame just doesn't tell me a break. I mean, that rejection definitely is like, oh shit, you gotta slap that, but that's okay. Let's see. That's 231. I mean, it could be worse, but that's up to you guys if you want to take that shot or try to take it tomorrow. And we do have pre-market data that could get us moving in the right direction or in the wrong direction. I think that's what you're relying on here. And my focus here is like, okay, and maybe this changes, but damn, did we not get a whole bunch of overhead rejections? Now that could lead to squeezing up, but damn, today was definitely, yeah. All right, keep dropping your requests, guys. Let's go. Bull, wait, hold on. Fisker, holy shit. I forgot that. Oh, damn. Wait, no, that's Fidelity. I thought that was Fisker for a second. Let's see here. We've got a floor there. That's where you're at, but you haven't reacted, showing that the buyers are not involved here where they should be. You have built a box up above. That's like your little protection program, $69.37 and $71. That would keep you up. Now, again, you are on this pretty sizable floor. I think you could still go and hit 66.42 and see a bounce. So, I mean, yeah, this is interesting for sure. But a lot needs to happen for either side. Yeah, chapter 11 on Fisker, that's right. That's why it kind of took me back. What the fuck? I've got all my volumes maxed out. Sounds like he's whispering to me. Click on my name, Jesse, on the live trading chat. Click on my name, or right click on my name, and I think that'll turn. Yeah, right click, and then you'll see the volume bar. Turn it up. Turn me up, dog. Oh, bull. Man, I have stayed away from that bull. So let's see. Where are we? You are at your. Okay, so you bounced off of cost basis, but then when you bounced, you were unable to recover anything. Today, you closed back down inside of that box. So you're looking for a break of today's low of 1271 for continuation to the downside. And this could be the meltdown that I talked about, but bull has a box underneath you, 1157. All right, so let's see here. Oscar up. Damn. Okay, so 24-hour candle is actually closing beautifully up against that. There's a target to the upside at 1872. Previous resistance, easy peasy, no lemon squeezy. And then 4 hours should clear this up a little bit further. Yeah, you do have yeah. If you were going to take this one, how much is that? Damn, that's fucking cheap as shit. Yeah, target is 19, so do with that information what you should if you want to, but maybe 2036 there. Am I on an X at all? Do you ever join the trading spaces over there? I was invited to 3 trading spaces and I got several threats of lawsuits and they stopped talking to me. I was kicked out. This guy named Banana Stocks, Plunger knows him. This guy named Banana Stocks, dude, I pissed him off so bad. You should come and spar with us. Oh, you mean in there? Oh, I thought you meant like in real life. Yeah, I was on in that space. Um, but man, it's just really hard to listen to a lot of that bullshit. I know there's some good trading spaces, but I was not a part of them. This was back in the fucking Zach Morris days. Q's did not reject that floor. They are trying to build up and maybe go and test that second one right here. Potter, you moved me from 2x XRP to 2x Bitcoin, and I made solid gains. Now it's pull time for AI. Oh, shit. That's amazing. Damn. Dude, I've been a lot of really good shit happening lately. If you're on TikTok, remember, tap your screen. The algorithm's fighting me a little bit. Can see it. All right. What else do we have? Oscar, charge point down, earnings. One could actually look at this one as a reversal, right? You're still carrying that uptrend earning. Damn, that is actually curious. Um, Okay, so hold on, 24 hour. I mean, this looks like absolute dog water. Earnings. Shit. I mean, that one dumped, but it dumped from 37 to 25 because that was a good move. Not good. Not good. Not good. Part of me sees a retest possibly moving into that 1320, and that with the empty space and the way this channel is set up, that is a possibility. So that's one. Two is, yeah, if you can go and break below 1022, I would say 939. Yeah, Zach Morris. I was a part of that whole takedown shit, man. I was shouting from the fucking rooftops. I helped bust this whole fucking ring of dudes that were like, Starboy was in it. It's crazy. My first year trading in 2016 and 17, I was fully into Timothy Sykes route. Yeah, he got the public good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just a guy. I just me. I have no idea what his shit is. I'll be honest with you.
Hey Potter, you skipped CRM. Somebody put it in the chat.
Was that earnings or something?
Yeah, it's got earnings tonight.
Tonight? Okay. So my instinctive target here is 267. CRM on earnings does decent, not great, very good, nah, D really good. So I mean, A, you're coming off the floor of 227. B, you're up against the floor of this box. So is there a possibility of ending up all the way at 290, 293.55? Yeah. What about set it and forget it? Forget what? What are you talking about? Do you take your strikes one step outside the money or your target price or somewhere between target price? Or if the contracts in between are like sometimes our target based contracts are illiquid, like they have terrible spreads because there's no volume on them, then I'll go closer and typically just where that spread tightens up and I'll play a closer strike. Or sometimes the cost of those contracts are, it would cost me $2 more to be in the money sooner, and I'll target those. But I'm an out of money trader. I hardly ever trade one step out of the money. My goal here is to lower my risk and keep my risk low, so that way it helps with not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Um, which is a great stop loss. Not saying let your shit go to zero, but like literally just if it's going your direction, there's don't give a fuck. Like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The only thing that counteracts that is maybe you have a shit expiration. If you have a good expiration and what you're doing is moving in the right direction, not giving a fuck or just even emulating that attitude can be really helpful. All right. Dr. TTI, he's the master. He does not give a shit. CBRL, Cracker Barrel down. Oh yeah, because they're a nightmare. Yeah, but they reverted it back. I wonder if this drew more trading volume. That's something that you could pull from the trading bars, but it seems like you have a little bit more fluid candles dropping. So my target to the downside would be 51.78 since you are candle closed under to 54.12. Now from there is empty space all the way down to 46.75. So if that's what if that's what you were trying to do, that's what I would short for. So Qs want that punch back. You know what I'm noticing right now? The Qs are leaving behind a whole hell of a lot of empty space. So you need to keep your foot. Now I will say empty space, but you did reclaim the floor. So now it's onto this 659.50. And then at that point, we can go to 573.86 if you're looking for target up. All right, CCL. Oops, nope. CCL up. So if today was a retest, which you did, you did go green, I suspect that this is probably a building base. So clearly today's low is 100% where I would. Yeah, I mean that's where you go lower. So if you can stay above that and hold that bounce, build and break. Groupon, GRPN, yeah, Groupon. What are you looking for on that one? I would assume down, and that does have empty space. That does have a pretty sweet target of 2080 and 2030, 2015. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, good candle close through the box. Looks good. The only thing I could say about this is you have a old cost basis that you're about to hit, and that would be the kind of well, that'd be 2404, but that's it. Am I not seeing messages on TikTok? Who's doing the same stuff? TradingView is the only platform with 24-hour candles. Yeah, Webull does not. TradingView and TrendSpider have 24-hour. I don't know about all the brokerages. PLTR is still a waiting game after today's rejection up at the top. We wicked that red candle. Obviously, the trajectory could be down. I think waiting for a break and knowing for sure. We are still in an uptrend, so this is something that can squeeze up and out. This floor right here of 152.80 has been holding us up, and as long as we're above that, I'm assuming there's still a good chance of moving to the upside. There's a great trade all the way to 172.50, and a lot of times chopping like this will build that up. So, APLD, punch back down, certainly. Right? Yeah, this is definitely something today's maybe moving a little bit fast. So you want to go ahead and gap or push down overnight or tomorrow and make your way down to 1350. And yes, I think that would drive price much further. And I think dropping underneath both 1490 and that box, probably looking somewhere around 1250. All right. Archer. So, I mean, in terms of a candle close here or being bearish, it's 821 that we've hit before. That would lead you down to 750. That's a pretty easy target. Twilio, is that have earnings? Damn. Listen, just keep this one's got to have an alert up at the top. I like that 24-hour candle moving in that direction. On the hourly candle, you need 106.75 and then moving outside of that 107.44. On the 30-minute, I think it would be probably safe to utilize that 106.81. But I mean, it doesn't have the worst setup at all. I mean, it kind of looks like well, not really like PLTR, a bit like it. It's interesting because this resistance right here, which is those wicks of 107, that's what's holding us down again. So you can just, again, safely assume that if we break that, we're going to go up because of the empty space. That's a solid setup. NTFLX. What the fuck is this? Hold on. NTFLX. I don't have that, dude. Netflix? I'm assuming that's what he meant. Oof. Okay, so you did whip down. You did, this looks like the cues right now. You did whip down and you did retest what you broke out of. And you do have a candle close up there. So do you have any empty space? No, you don't. So you need to be outside of 1233. And I can only give you the 1258 target. I mean, there is empty space up in here. So if you're aiming for that, that would be right up at the above the 1300s. I do like the fact that it did pull itself back up. That obviously can drive sellers out. So 1232. Open. I mean, today's candle did not do what you would want it to do. Personally, looking at this one and retesting 499, I could see that getting lost and continuing the consolidation, and you end up having a lower high and a channel like that. So the alternative here is for 454 or 544. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. Appreciate you. Yeah, there goes the cues. It's at that cost basis now. So if you try to do that little short, that's okay, as long as you stopped out at that high.
The 568 calls went from 39 cents to $1.40
Sheesh.
within 20 minutes, and I didn't get them, but damn.
Right.
The 0 DTE.
Dude, you see how much empty space is on both sides of the cues? There is money to be made here.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah, don't trip. There's money to be made. Especially if tomorrow we can do what we did today at the beginning and kind of burn those contracts up. That'd be sick. 24-hour time frame. Alta is at the previous rejection level, which is the 532. So tomorrow morning to see a gap up would be beneficial. If you do not, I would assume that that empty space underneath you is going to be a I would just be looking right here, which is going to be the previous floor and 51060. This space will be used to consolidate. So that wall, that previous wall, literally is what you're at and what you need to break. NVO. Yeah, so I mean, definitely building in the right direction. Today's candle is solid, but it's still the floor above you at 58.39 that needs to be recovered, guys. All right. Did I look at that one? Yeah, I did. I don't think I. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I finished that one, but okay, so you're at your old cost basis, and so the next target is just 641. So if this thing can move up tomorrow, which again, that 545 break. Damn it. I found another Potter stocks. Blocked him. Damn, got him. All right. What would be an ideal expiration to take Twilio? I mean, if you're taking it prematurely, you're gonna go ahead and I would assume 1, 2, 3. I would assume like at least 2, 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks. And that's that's looking past this week because this week's basically over. But yeah, I would have a good I mean, if you're looking all the way up here, I'd say a month out. You can add to that. All right, cues with the whip. That's a beautiful retest, though. I mean, absolutely diabolical. Best to avoid earnings, though. Um, I mean, you already had earnings, so you're good on that one. Um, cues moving like this at the end of the day. This last minute, until something, because right now until we're above 570, I'm not fully convinced, but it can drive direction going into the next day depending on what's broken. Let's see, hold on one second. That actually flipped the 24-hour candle green, right? Which actually it makes a big difference, especially if you're swinging, right? That would make the 574 as a potential swing. So swing calls after what you said this morning. We flying. You have, what did I say? I forgot. Um, but yeah, I mean, this reversal right here could continue into after hours, right? And that's the last thing is like if we continue this push in after hours, which we won't. We're about to close here. That could trigger that same break, but that's again still looking at an intra box or inside of the box trade. You still have to go and break 570 and 571, and then that straightforward 574 would be up there. Honestly, if we do trade to the upside on this one though, if we get up there, I will leave runners, yeah, into that gap. Yes, Leams. Yeah, if the now liquidity is not always, if the spread is affected by the liquidity, then maybe I'm a little bit less likely to take that. But so they did not cheapen those up. 564. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, AI earnings. It's got to be curious. I mean, had that huge dump, so hopefully this wide fluctuation in price turns to something like, damn, and you see a fucking giant green candle to 2060. All right, better close for the Qs here as we're moving to 570. So if you're looking at the empty space play, 574. Hedges could be probably in the 563, 564. But again, Qs are a little expensive. IWM is also an option. The only difference is it does not. See, this is the thing. This is where sometimes I look at all three ETFs and I'm like, okay, well, what did IWM just do? It just quickly, damn, I might have to buy some puts on that. It just quickly ran up right before the end of the day, creating a bunch of empty space. Hold on a second.
Fucking Abercrombie and Fitch AEO too is kind of
That's
doing
right. I have a ton of faith in that one. We'll see. It's got a
Me
lot of
neither.
tension. Yeah, I mean, if it
Wasn't
works,
game.
awesome. We'll get some cash. But this is a huge earnings week, I think. I did just grab a few more hedges on the IWM setup. If that's a nasty retest right there, ugh, 231 target to the downside. You have 15 minutes to figure out what you want to do on those ETFs. Qs are still doing their thing. Yep, there they are, clearing 570.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck 'em. I'm honestly, I mean, the upside play is definitely something I'm enthusiastic about. But if you zoom out, folks, first of all, this is where we're trading. This is where we're trading, right? So it's like, and we are still under that mark there. And if obviously, if some of these levels, like even the one that we recaptured today, 569, if that one uh, fails tomorrow, that's where we could look down. But I mean, this is a good start if we can see continuation going into tomorrow based off of the data that we see. That's where I would say, okay, well, we definitely have a 570, 570 retest. So, but again, especially if you guys are new, I'm not a big inside candle trader. Now, today's candle wasn't, obviously this end of the day pop here. Um, I want if we go and break outside of the overhead, that's huge. And here's what this would also imply, right? That channel that we briefly lost, that target overhead could still be at play. Gonna be big. Am I cutting out? Maybe the mic was too close. Mic was, oh yeah, it is kind of cutting out a little bit. Weird. I haven't seen how the market reacts enough after a move like this. The Qs. Oh, sorry, I just reread that. Yeah. So really quickly, kind of a benchmark thing. But if you have gotten the workshop in the last 30 days, I'm going to be picking or the next week. I'm going to be picking 5 people and adding 6 months that have done the homework or participated in some of those. I will be picking 5 of those people to add 6 months, which is a whole year. that will come with your workshop, which is pretty wild. But I want people to be encouraged and enthusiastic and motivated to be doing that test taking material, because I've heard nothing but good things. And just briefly looking at it today and looking at some of the test scores, you can actually see people's improvement. It's pretty cool. All right.
Where's it at? I haven't seen none of that.
The test or the workshop?
The test. I know what the workshop is.
So if you're on TikTok, I can't show you right now, but if you go into the workshop and you click on, the option chain, there'll be Know It Class 10 notes. And hold on 1 second. This should pop up. And this will actually give you all the notes. So these are
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. And then from there, you can go to select notes and flashcards. What the fuck? Oh, no, that's not. Oh, so you can do this, right? An assessment. I would put fucking multiple choice, true or false, short answer, and it'll literally set up an assessment for you. And there's some quirky things that I said that got unfortunately included. Like we were talking about my experience with psychedelics, and it included that as an answer for one of the tests, which I thought was diabolical. So, but yeah, here's which of the following statements accurately describes the nature and impact of implied volatility on option pricing. High IV suggests the expectation of the significant swing prices results in higher option premiums because it is non-directional. High IV implies a specific direction for the underlying stock's movement, leading to cheaper options. Low IV indicates an expectation of low price movement, increasing option premiums, right? So then you can even add a question, which is pretty fire. So like if something's, yeah. Oh, never mind. Is that what that is specifically? Oh, so if you want, damn, that's actually crazy. I thought that was for something else. You can actually type in the specific question off of that. But yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. You told me how much time you put into it. Yo, AEO is at 14.20 a share.
no shit. Oh, there we go. Well, keep it pushing, buddy.
Not half bad here.
Yeah.
First move up always ends up getting reversed.
All right, Mr. Fucking.
Oh my god, don't piss on my parade, man.
Really,
I'm
dude.
in
It's
that
a
parade
parade
with
piss.
you.
In his mouth.
Man, you just got to keep those thoughts inside, bud.
Nah,
I
I'm
like
good,
them
buddy.
out.
You good?
Trying to
Let
manifest
it
here,
out,
dude.
man.
Look, now just tap the wick on the channel. That's your fault.
But see, I get it off my chest, and then that way I have low expectations.
Damn. I always think of the best outcome. Try to.
I've already made all the money. That I'm.
He already
happy with
made all the
AEO.
money. Sorry, that was
Yeah,
a funny
I've
way
already
to
made it
stop.
all.
I made all the money. It's fine.
See, I took it when Sydney Sweeney commercial came out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You remember that was the whole reason why this Discord got into it is because of Sydney Sweeney and my analysis on Sydney Sweeney.
Damn. Led people on quite a journey,
Sydney
dude.
Sweeney's got nice jeans.
Oh,
Good genes, whole family keep their hair and their teeth.
Oh my god.
I ain't playing. This is not the fantasy league. Yeah, there you go. Whee! It looks like the bid and the ask is starting to open up on AI. AI. That's just kindergarten. Touch it. Touch. You want to touch it? Who's a good stock?
Good lord. American Eagle beat earnings by, or they projected 0.25 EPS and they got 0.45.
Ooh.
so that means we're going to 18?
Huh?
Man.
Keep going, baby girl.
All right. Let's get
What's
this.
that?
Let's get this guy locked up and away from the general public.
Should wake up to a bag tomorrow, man, as long as this thing holds up.
That's what it needs to do, or surpass that and go to our next target of $16.
I think everybody was expecting it to like flop, you know.
Wait, content involves overly repetitive, inauthentic, or demeaning acts to induce gifting. I just had my live restricted because it contains or involves overly repetitive, inauthentic, and demeaning acts to induce gifting. What have I done? What have I done? Who would report me on something like that?
Stop giving away free stuff.
Yeah. You know
There's
what?
too many sexy voices in here.
Actually, today I'm going to be editing some of the YouTube videos, some of the older Potterbox videos going bye-bye. I'm going to redo them. Everybody gets so quiet. Could be okay. Hey, give me the next one.
I'm staring at AEO.
Touch it. Touch it. Let's go, AO.
Fucking go. Oh my god.
AO!
Y'all wanting to do this whole
There we go.
now? I want it to calm down for a little bit.
No, don't calm down. Keep ribbing. Rip dick.
Why? So it can go all the way up and then shoot its fucking ass right back down before I open?
Nice job, AO.
Oh man,
Is it?
bro.
It's the big
What'd I
green
say?
genius.
I mean, again,
No,
it's
that only works on this specific stock. After this play, I won't need you anymore. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. Oh yo yo.
Oh, you think you get some of the money? 5K? Holy hell. Get out of here, dude. Yo, this kid's wild. Dude, he's going to be a master negotiator. He's going to give him an extra high price. It's going to shock him, and then he'll be reasonable and come down to what he originally wanted from the counselor.
Where's the ostrich at?
All right, close that, buddy. Okay. Cool. Well, that's nice. How many people got AO?
Me.
Yeah, I'm in it.
You sounded like Ernie when you said that. What'd you say?
Where was the color, puppy?
Oh my fucking god. Kate did it, right? No, I'm just kidding. Katie.
I like Cade, but I don't trust him.
I like Kate, but I don't trust him.
Hey, where you at, man? You gonna defend yourself?
Oh my
What'd I say?
god.
Sorry, I was texting.
He said he likes you, but he don't trust you.
You shit güero culero.
Yeah, was beating his dog.
Hey, me lo pela.
Hey, look at us,
I
dude.
just trade here.
We're ripping. Sheesh.
Kate, how's the Spanish going?
Sheesh. Oh my gosh.
I still keep the book next to me, and I have learned nothing.
He's trying to sleep on it to get.
Pélame.
Hi, baby. Oh my goodness.
I learned AEO.
Sorry. All right. Get out of here before you hear something you don't need to hear. Bad words, yep. AI is hitting the dumper. Get out of here. Yo, do you guys see that on TikTok? Damn. That was diabolical. Close, baby. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Well, hopefully it
Feliz.
Hale said, yo, did anybody grab AI down? If you did grab it? And you're a dad? Yeah, I'm a dad. I got 2 kids and I'm done.
Oh, you're not done.
Hey, yo. You can't say it like that, dude. That was creepy, dude.
Yeah, one drunk night.
Oh, no, hell no, bro. Don't say that to me because we're about to go on a trip to Miami.
Dude, I had 3 drunken nights and ended up in 3 kids.
Hell no.
my
Dude,
wife got trapped today.
No,
That
dude.
purple bed.
It's gonna be liquor and DoorDash.
Dude, I haven't gotten a phone call yet, dude. I'm still waiting on the fucking purple bed. It's supposed to be here today.
Yeah, you're gonna get another one.
Liquor, DoorDash, Nash Dash.
You're done.
No. I might have to get the old snip, dude.
Nah,
All right,
my
wait.
wife did that after too.
All right, I'm gonna hold on. Let me stop recording. All right, if you're watching this back, I'll see you tomorrow.